last fire will rise. The last fire will rise behind those eyes. Black house will rock. Blind boys don't lie. Immortal fear. That voice so clear.
Alright, YouTubers, I'm here today with a special video with my good buddy Sage.
Hello, everyone.
Basically, what do we want to call this? Horror talk?
Yeah, horror talk.
Alright, so today what we're bringing to you is we have certain horror icons. We're going to basically bring you a matchup, you know, every horror fan's dream matchups, kind of how we think they would go.
Now, the thing is, we don't have every single icon. We're not going to have Pennywise take over Chucky versus the Leprechaun. It's some of the main icons. Freddy, Jason, Hellraiser.
Although maybe we'll get to them in a later video.
Yeah, possibly. Who would be best in a porno? I don't know.
Alright, so we're starting off with, did you want to...
Ghostface Killer versus Leatherface in what I call Face Off.
Exactly.
Totally original.
That's what I was trying to feed you there. Alright, so Ghostface versus Leatherface. You want to start off?
Yeah, I think Ghostface would win this one. He's quick, he's agile, and the whole point of the scary movie is it's going both with and a bit against the mythos of the typical scary movie style. So I do think the killer himself, who's been through 3 different movies or so, even if it is a bit of a change in cast
4.
appearance. I did not see the 4th one, actually. So anyway, out of the 3 I know, he's a hack and slash killer. Bit of some witty-ish lines, cheesy lines, but it's iconic. Like, what's your favorite scary movie? As he sounds like some diner smoker. Hey girl, want some pancakes with that? I don't know. But anyway, Leatherface, you got anything on him?
You don't know what you're talking about at all. No, I'm kidding. Actually, I side with you on this. I kind of think that Ghostface would take it. And I'll tell you why. Now, Leatherface, you know, he's badass and everything. He's got the chainsaw. But honestly, he's a little stupid.
Well, kind of like Jason. He is on the inbredish side of the family, but also he's very attached to his family.
Exactly.
And without bringing up Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4, which we will leave out for your pleasure, he's still very attached, and he's questioning his gender, and he's actually to the point where he's almost comedic. He's spoofing his original self, which is supposed to be off of a real-life incident. The Scream movies, and which Scary Movie and the other movies spoof of, it's fictional. So there is a bit of a supernatural aspect. It's not based off of a real story.
Well, it's more based in reality, and I think kind of so is Leatherface. I mean, he's not so much supernatural Leatherface, and again, neither is Ghostface that much. I mean, obviously, like, there's a stretch to it. I'm not saying they're like 100% realistic.
But like, say if you put them two in a abandoned house with their main weapons, who's gonna win? I say will be Ghostface, because he's already in black. He will just hide in the shadows. He'll be camping out like it's Call of Duty style. Wait till Leatherface just walks around and just slaps him in the face. Yep. Boom, he wins.
And again, like I said, I agree. I think that Ghostface is too clever. He would be able to outsmart Leatherface. I kind of don't. It'd be a fight, but I think that Leatherface would just be too stupid, to be honest, to sum it up, basically.
So who's next on the list?
So next up, we kind of, we were thinking, we didn't want to go too obvious, because we were thinking of just doing Freddy versus Jason. They've already kind of done that. But
that's
instead,
for another review.
Exactly. But instead, we decided, the other big pair up that everyone wants to see, Jason versus Michael. Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers.
They are both the hack and slash killers, and no matter how many times you kill them, they will come back, or someone else will pick up that deformed mask and wreak havoc all over again.
Yeah, don't get me started on which Friday was that, where it actually wasn't Jason.
Oh yeah, it was like Friday number 5, where it's just like, this kind of mentally handicapped kid, but kind of a jerk, misunderstood kid dies at the hand of a bunch of jocks. The father finds out, oh, he's the killer. Ah, I got a knife. Kill. Nah.
Yeah.
So who would you be citing for this fight?
That is a tough one. I think it'd be a fight. I'd still kind of have to go with Jason. I can't even. I don't even know why. It's just, Jason's a little bit more iconic. Like, you've got Michael Myers. I mean, he's great and all, but Jason's a little more well known. Everybody hears Jason, and obviously it's not necessarily about that, but he's also a little more badass, to pardon my French.
Don't say pardon my French, dude. Like, really, yes. Because the French are well known for saying, oh, oui, badasserie. No, just...
It's a phrase.
And to all 0 of our French viewers, I don't really apologize. So
I don't speak any French, so...
Oui. So, Michael Myers is my guess. Well, not my guess. That's who I'm betting the chips on. Because of a few things. Yes, they both have family issues. Michael Myers with his sister and his niece and whoever else. Jason with his mother issues. Kind of like Sephiroth. But, yes, Final Fantasy joke in a horror movie. You're welcome, Internet. But the thing is, Michael Myers, no matter how many times he is taken out, he will still come back. But unlike Jason, he's actually clever. Halloween H2O. He still survived. He put someone else in the costume. So when Jamie Lee Curtis's character kills Michael Myers, surprise, it was someone else. He actually is not only unstoppable, but he has the cunning ability as well. And that awesome music every time he steps into that room.
Jason's got his music too, the ch-ch-ch.
Wait, you're playing the keyboard there?
No, I'm keyboard cat. I will give you that, and I have to admit, I don't remember the Halloween movies as well as I remember the Friday the 13th movies, but so you'll have to refresh my memory. Does Michael ever officially die?
It depends which ones count, which ones don't count. Like, Season of the Witch does not officially count. I do like that movie, by the way.
Yeah, it was not bad, just not as
he was as a kind of throwback of, like, actually this was a movie series, and this is... But anyway, Michael Myers, from what I could recall, they say he's dead, he comes back, he might be someone else, he isn't. And no, I'm not counting Rob Zombie's Halloween, and no, I was not a fan of the Rob Zombie Halloween for many reasons. But anyway, I say Michael would win this one.
So that's why I kind of side with Jason, actually, because he did die and come back, whereas Michael just never died. So I feel like Jason has that, I mean, he can rip a guy's heart right out, he can uppercut a guy's head right off his shoulders. He has various methods of killing people.
Okay, but also, if Michael Myers is cunning enough, take the head of Jason's mother, put it in a room. Jason's there for hours weeping, trying to do who knows whatever forbidden thing with his mother's severed head. Meanwhile, Michael will have all that time to think of ways to kill Jason, stab Jason, chain Jason up, or whatever other ways. So I'm still going with Michael on this one.
Alright, so we have to agree to disagree on that one.
Pretty much, but we all know I'm the winner.
So this one, a little different, but it is one that a lot of horror fans want to see. So we're actually going for tonight's main event.
In this round, in this corner, we have the demonic being, full of S&M references and questionable clothing. We have Pinhead.
You want to go for the full like Michael Buffer thing?
No.
Ooh, let's.
No. Let's get ready to debate. No, there you go. That's your little spiel.
Okay, so anyway, I'm sorry, interrupted.
And no, I'm gonna stop that voice.
But I like it.
He's representing Pinhead. I'm representing Freddy Krueger, and it's basically a battle.
To be perfectly honest, when it comes to who I like better, I side towards Freddy. I've always been a huge Freddy fan. But if you want to think about who would win in a fight, I kind of have to side with Pinhead. I mean, Pinhead is like an agent of hell. Freddy is just basically a dream demon. First of all, Pinhead started human, then again so did Freddy. Pinhead doesn't really dream anymore. He doesn't sleep. So Freddy wouldn't really have any way to get to him. So basically they'd have to face off in
has
hell.
It been referenced that Pinhead can't sleep?
I guess it's never been brought up. I mean, because it's not relevant to the Hellraiser series.
But you can't really prove that he doesn't sleep then.
I guess you have a point, but...
Point for me. Now, because of that, say he were to go to sleep. That's Freddy's domain. But even if it isn't in the dream world, there have been theories or not of Freddy being in the real world. One
Well,
from Russ Craven's A New Nightmare is a good
Yeah.
example, but also in past other movies.
Exactly.
He will find ways to get into the real world, where still his supernaturalness can still be intact to mess with the common man.
Exactly, and I shouldn't be helping you on your side here, but Freddy does retain some of his dream powers when he comes into the real world. So
And that's the case. Pinhead can use all the whips and chains and vibrators he wants, but Freddy will still
Freddy's
have
into
it.
that.
Exactly. He's into pain. He's into carnage. And yes, even though it was hinted, and I believe the Dreams movie, that he might be into the rough stuff and the inappropriate stuff, it still all leads to Freddy. Freddy is into pain. Freddy can deal pain. And Freddy could easily counteract the chains of Pinhead and whatever other torturous devices he has.
I'll tell you something though, Freddy's been defeated a lot by teenagers, by little teenage girls.
And look
even
how-
Kirsty, who is Pinhead's main nemesis, was never able to actually defeat Pinhead. She just was able to outsmart him and basically gain her own freedom. So I don't know, I still kind of lean towards Pinhead. I don't think it would really be that much of a match. I think if you ask me, that's one where we're not going to decide a definitive winner. So maybe we leave that up to the viewers.
All three of them.
Exactly. So if for those of you out there still watching, you're very optimistic. I usually say all two of you. But for those of you still watching, if you want to chime in, Ghostface versus Leatherface, who do you see winning that? Jason versus Michael, who do you see winning that? And of course the big one, Freddy versus Pinhead. Who do you see winning that? Other than that, if you want to chime in with other icons you'd like to see us cover or other topics, feel free to leave that in the comments.
Cry, little sister.